Alrighty, guys, going live. Give me a moment here. All right, there we go. Get nice and comfortable. Going live on both YouTube and TikTok. We get closer to the finish line for Jack Canfield. The success principles will be covering principles 65 and 66 today. Okay, principle 65. Use social media in a way that enhances your reputation. The internet has been the most fundamental change during my lifetime and for hundreds of years. Biggest thing since the invention of writing. That was Rupert Murdoch, Chairman and CEO of News Corp and 21st Century Fox. Over the years, a lot of business people, sales professionals, and consultants have questioned whether social media really works to create more customers. It's consumer oriented, it's mass market. While some people say it's the only thing they use to market their business, others say it's a lot of time spent for not much return. Frankly, the reality has probably been somewhere in between. Today, however, social media has finally hit the tipping point where, instead of seeing a lot of interest but not many takers, we're now seeing millions of followers convert into buyers. Whatever that term may mean for you. Using social media and the internet to advance your expertise, enhance your personal brand, this has great relevance for you. Whether you own an actual business, are involved in a charitable cause, have an idea for a new social movement, or are working to build your career. Not only that, but social media has matured now to offer new ways to connect. So it's easier than ever to reach out to the right kinds of prospects. How to get followers to stay engaged with you. What's the most powerful aspect of social networking for advancing your personal brand? Attracting followers who will stay engaged with you and your message. Then pass on your information to friends, colleagues, and their own fans. To reach that goal, you want to maintain an ongoing presence on the most popular social media sites. Today, the biggest site out there is Facebook, with 900 million users around the world. Of course, we've already recommended that you maintain a private Facebook page for sharing personal information and photographs with close friends and family. You can also create a Facebook fan page for your business, career, or cause. The create page for a celebrity, band, or business on the Facebook homepage. How are you? You're having a good summer? Once you do that, you can use a number of strategies recommended by Facebook to increase your visibility, engage better with your fans, and improve your chances of being shown in Facebook's news feed. Continuously updated list of stories from people and pages that an individual Facebook user follows on Facebook. Not only can an individual user adjust their settings of which types of posts they want to receive on their newsfeed, but Facebook uses its own formula to determine which posts get used. Popularity of posts is one factor in the algorithm. Be interesting, be engaging, be helpful, and create each post in a way that people will want to hear more. This requires more than just product announcements. What does Facebook recommend to better engage your fans? Number 1, use rich media in combination with written words. Rich media, such as photos and videos, are known to get more attention and help your message stand out. Posts of about 100 to 250 words are recommended, as are lifestyle type images. Try sharing photos of people living your recommendations or using your product. 2, increase engagement with your Facebook posts by creating a two-way conversation between you and your followers. Post a quote, video, or an idea and ask followers to share their thoughts, feedback, or their own stories about what they've seen. My Facebook fan page, a short article will generate 10 to 20 comments in response, while a cool quote I found or short video from me will inspire over 1,600 comments. Big difference. Also, posting information that shows you listen to the feedback helps create further engagement with your followers and builds loyalty. Hello, Bobby. Hello, hello. 3, if you own a business, share discounts and promotions that are exclusive to Facebook followers. Always include a clear call to action with the exact steps to take to redeem the voucher or coupon or discount code. Plus, always tell when the promotion will end in order to create a sense of urgency. And drive readers directly to your page on your website to improve online sales. Thanks, Bobby. You can always count on my Storm champions. 4, provide access to exclusive information. Janet Switzer uses this to launch her clients on Facebook or provide a boost where they need to get more followers. She broadcasts an email to the client's list owned by helpful colleagues or endorsers, offering a special report or other item of interest, and asks them to like us on Facebook in order to get the report. Similarly, you can make people who are already followers feel special by sharing exclusive product news, contests, and events. This boosts loyalty with people who are already followers, but also drives online sales. You do individual giveaways or a 10-day series of giveaways. 5, Tie your Facebook posts to current events or other things that are trending and top of mind, including news stories, holidays, and consumer trends. Reply in a timely way to comments on your page. The faster you reply, the more likely fans will engage with you in the future. 6. Plan a calendar of Facebook activity, even if it's just a calendar of those ideas you want to talk about each week or each month. This will help you stay on track with posting on a regular basis, but also ensure that your content is well planned, interesting, and that you don't miss using Facebook for major business events and news. How frequently should you post? Really determined by trial and error. Find a frequency that works for you and your followers. 7. Once you find a frequency that works, write your posts in batches ahead of time and schedule them to be posted at specific times by clicking on the clock icon of your Pages sharing tool. You can also schedule your post to appear when most of your fans are online. To find out when this is, visit your Pages Insights and go to the Post tab. Scheduling posts is a great time manager. 8. Target posts to specific demographics within your fan base. Some posts are meant to be specific for specific groups of people. You can manage these posts in your Pages sharing tool by clicking on the target icon at the bottom left corner and selecting Add Targeting. Facebook compiles information like gender, relationship status, educational status, interests, age, location, and language from your followers and will carve out a specific group for you using those details. 9. Create posts in such a way that they drive readers to your website. For me, this is the ultimate value of Facebook because, as sometimes happens, Facebook can limit the connection between you and your fans at any time. But once those followers have migrated over to your website to opt into your email list, you control the communication with those names. Don't be nervous about reports that no one's using email any longer, or that people are solely using Facebook for email. That may be true for younger populations, but it's not true for business-oriented older demographics. Create links from Facebook to your website, go to your Pages sharing tool, enter the website address or URL where you want to send people, then hit enter. 10. Check the performance of individual posts to see where you can improve. You can see what's working by going to the Page Insights area. This will also help you better understand your followers and create Facebook content that continually engages them. Treat your followers the way you would like to be treated. Authenticity is the key to keeping social media friends, fans, and followers engaged. Be humble. Let others talk about you. Never be selling. Protect your reputation so that it's as golden offline as it is online. Avoid giving out your own political, religious, or medical views, unless your personal branding is based on those subjects. Learn how to brag in a way that gets people to cheer you, not envy you. Humble bragging is the annoying technique of telling people how fantastic your life is, while interjecting self-efficacy humor or fake woe is me claims. Jean Twenge, a psychology professor at San Diego State University and co-author of the book The Narcissism Epidemic, Living in the Age of Entitlement, says bragging alone makes you sound like a narcissist. French says, humble bragging makes you sound like a narcissist who is also being deceptive. It's normal to want to share the awesome things that happen. Share the good stuff, but share it sparingly, and remember your audience. If controversy is not typically part of your subject matter, don't engage in online combat over others' controversial viewpoints, but instead diffuse them using the feel, felt, found social persuasion technique, typically used by salespeople and advocated by Wired.com. Oh, I totally see why you feel that water legislation is a real threat. I felt concerned for my property values too. Then I found this article about how we're not getting the whole story from either corporate interests or our state legislators. Wired.com/2014/06/connected-world. Is the footnote there. Use the social media that's appropriate for your subject matter and career. If you're an actress, Facebook and Twitter will help you manage your fans. But if you're a bank president or a Supreme Court judge, Pinterest and Facebook's consumer focus simply aren't for you. For most professionals and corporate employers building their career, LinkedIn is the ideal professional networking platform for you, but by contrast, it's difficult to get respected on LinkedIn if you are a professional clown, mime, or comedian. Professional practitioners and small business owners should check into the many social media platforms specifically for your industry. One word of advice, by the way, do not participate in any schemes to buy friends from dubious companies who claim they'll add thousands of Facebook fans for free, for a fee. LinkedIn is the main platform for business professionals. If you're a corporate employee or a business owner selling products and services that business people need, LinkedIn will help you represent yourself as an authority in your field. Create your profile, decide how you want to represent yourself and to whom you want to attract as customers, clients, or supporters. While this may seem basic, you'd be surprised how many people add information to their LinkedIn profile that doesn't really serve their recruitment effort. For instance, if you're now an executive coach or management consultant, do we really need to know that you studied yoga or became a certified massage therapist in 1984? Also remember that LinkedIn profiles are about specific people, not companies. So if you own a business, choose someone to be the face of the company on LinkedIn. If it's not you, or decide which multiple employees will be listed. Once you decide, create as complete a profile as possible using good marketing strategies. Use LinkedIn's email feature to add contacts that align with your skills and experience from a wide range of companies. Starts your tree or physical network, which will allow you to expand your contacts exponentially. Next, reach out to your contacts and ask for a recommendation. This serves as a testimonial on your profile. You don't need a lot. Try to get 4 or 5 at minimum. Once you've built your profile and started seeking recommendations, it's time to get recognized as an expert. To do this, start participating in LinkedIn groups. LinkedIn has fostered all kinds of groups of like-minded people in similar fields, areas of expertise, or lines of work. Participate in these groups and become known among others in the group who could be potential clients or customers for you. Find groups of professionals that match your interests or industry, and from the group's main page, you can share links and start discussions. Great way to make new professional contacts. You can also help out LinkedIn's Answers section, which showcases your knowledge for all to see, and you'll also likely be helping out a potential future client. These days, there's so much more to do on LinkedIn that can build your personal brand, including publishing articles based on your expertise. While LinkedIn is not the only marketing method available to you, although it's one that many people solely rely on, it can bring you new connections, new recognition, and new business. Like Facebook, it's someplace you need to be found in order to look legitimate. Final reason to upgrade or start a profile at LinkedIn is that Google's love affair with LinkedIn will get your website ranked higher too. Here's why. LinkedIn lets search engines like Google view and rank data in LinkedIn profiles. As part of your LinkedIn profile, you should always list your website or blog, along with descriptive copy that helps the search engines find them. Google gives LinkedIn profiles a fairly high ranking when it comes to returning search results for end users. Hint. Be sure to set your LinkedIn profile preferences to full view so your website blog shows up in the publicly viewable profile. Okay, principle 66, here we go. All right, use the exponential power of crowdfunding, authored with Moses Ma. Crowdfunding is nothing new. What most people don't know is that the Statue of Liberty was crowdfunded. What's different today is that you have access to so many more people than you otherwise would. That's Eric Leibovitz, Director of Marketing, Indiegogo. Success Principles 17, 18, and 19, you learn that you should ask, reject, rejection, and use feedback to your advantage. That's a perfect place to practice all 3 of these principles. Crowdfunding, which is the collection of funds through small contributions from many people over the internet in order to finance a project, venture, or initiative. This exciting new way to get your vision off the ground achieves a tipping point in America with the passage of the Jumpstart or Business Startups Act signed by President Obama. It reduces the regulatory burden on emerging companies and makes it easier for them to go public. The crowdfunding platforms have helped fund everything from startups, film and music projects, nonprofits, and all types of small businesses in between, as well as helping individuals and small groups raise money for things like college tuition, medical bills, sports teams, and volunteer trips. Moses Ma is my go-to guy for what is happening and what is innovative in the world of technology. He's the co-author of Agile Innovation, a revolutionary approach to accelerate success, overcome risk, and engage everyone. New York, 2014. Crowdfunding websites have helped people all over the world raise money, growing exponentially from $89 million in 2010 to $1.47 billion in 2011, $2.66 billion in 2012, and over $5 billion in 2013. Growth is expected to double every year, and more than 1 million individual campaigns have been established globally so far. Recently, the World Bank commissioned a study on how crowdfunding would grow, and their most conservative estimates predict that it will grow into a $93 billion investment by 2025. What it takes to work the crowd. If you're looking at how to run a crowdfunding campaign, it's good to learn from a winner. The most successful crowdfunding campaign ever was for the Pebble Watch, a customizable watch that could display messages and alerts from your iPhone or Android smartphone, as well as run a variety of apps. Founder, Eric Makovsky, failed to raise enough money through traditional venture capital sources, so Pebble Technology launched a Kickstarter campaign on April 11, 2012, with an initial fundraising target of $100,000. Backers spending $115 would receive a Pebble Watch when they became available, $99 for the first 200, effectively pre-ordering the $150 Pebble at a discounted price. Within 2 hours of going live, the project met the $100,000 goal, and within 6 days, the project became the most funded project in the history of Kickstarter up to that point, raising over $4.7 million with 30 days still remaining in the campaign. May 10th, Pebble Technology announced they were limiting the number of pre-orders, and on May 18th, funding closed with $10,266,844 pledged by 68,928 people. If you're looking to go out and give crowdfunding a try, here are some principles that helped the Pebble company become successful. These are all things you can do by yourself and for next to nothing in terms of cost. Use the power of storytelling. As humans, we feel first and think second. The best way to evoke an emotional response is to tell a great story and do it on video. If you want to crowdfund, think of yourself as in the movie business. Kickstarter.com reports that projects including a video get successfully funded 50% of the time, while those without are only 30% likely to fund their project. Projects that include a video raise significantly more money too. The surprising thing is that those videos have helped raise most funds are not the ones that go hog wild in Hollywood production values. The videos that work best are modest and direct and simply say, "This is me, and I'm not hiding anything." More important, they allow you to present your passion honestly. Check out Pebbles' video. It honestly expresses that they don't have the money to shoot a professional commercial. It's rough at the edges and clearly homemade, but it exudes an adorable quality of earnestness and sheer likability that no advertising agency could match with a $200,000 production budget. No one will want to invest in something that doesn't pique their curiosity. Photos and text aren't enough to tell the full story. You must go deeper and connect your future customers with the people and personalities behind the product. You must do so in an authentic way. I think we accomplished all this with our video, which featured our entire team and was shot at our corporate headquarters, better known as my apartment at the time, in about a month. As Eric McGovsky, founder and CEO of Pebble Technology. Remember, donors and venture capitalists never invest in an idea. They invest in a person, you. Describing yourself or your idea, use simple and clear language that gives an honest and concise portrayal of who you really are as a real person. More important, show that your passion is real and worth supporting. Execute flawlessly, too. Having a great idea for a campaign is one thing. Executing it is another matter entirely. With fireworks, Nate. Once you have your story down, the most important thing for your campaign is to reach more people. Get out there and beg your friends to participate. Bloggers to write about your campaign. And most important, get testimonials from everyone you can to include on your campaign page. When you look at Pebble's campaign page, you'll see that it offers a plethora of quotes right at the top from people and organizations endorsing it, including the celebrity author who invented cyberspace, William Gibson. Plus, the site offers a media kit for bloggers with very compelling materials for creating viral articles. The secret sauce for a successfully funded Kickstarter project is frequent and managed updates. Talk to anyone who's run a campaign, they'll tell you that spikes in funding follow major updates. Seeing updates makes people relate to you as a person, makes it believable that the project will get completed, gives people something to share with others, and keeps you in their mind space. 3. Build and reward your community. Just as you wouldn't embark on a major expedition into the wilderness all by yourself, it's really important to build a team for crowdfunding. You need a solid core team of hard workers who can help manage daily promotion, thanking donors, and other essential but time-consuming tasks. Once that core team is set, then get out there and beg every friend and family member to actively champion your cause, or at least cheer you on by making a contribution and sharing the news about your campaign with everyone they know. Get out there on Twitter and Facebook. Do what it takes. The 3 most important keys to succeeding with crowdfunding are community, community, community. It is vital to pre-rally a large group of people who are eager to commit the minute the crowdfunding campaign goes live. I call this technique Rumble Lightning Thunder. You have to start with a Rumble before the campaign starts and sign up hundreds of people to commit the instant you launch. It's a lot like a book getting released. If the initial sales are strong, its success is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's important to gather your instant liftoff community before you launch. When you launch, you have to execute like lightning, flawlessly without a hiccup. If you're fast out of the gate, the bloggers will invariably report about you. You go to the top of the what's hot list. Herd behavior sets in, and it's all to your benefit. That's the thunder stage, when the herd starts stampeding toward your campaign. Next, you need to reward your community. This is pretty obvious to most people already, but if you're kickstarting a product, having the product included in one of the reward levels is crucial. It's one of the main reasons for most backers giving their money to most projects. It's amazing how many campaigns forget to do this. For a good sense of how to create reward levels that work, check out the rewards at Pebble's Kickstarter page or go to the Do Good Bus Tour page at www.startsomegood.com. Help/stories. Click on how the Do Good Bus raised $100,000, and at the bottom of the story, click on See the Campaign. Kickstarter's mission is to help bring companies to life through a community of supporters. We wouldn't be here without the close to 70,000 people who believed in our product. It's all about giving people what they want. Without them, none of this would be possible. Eric McGovsky. Finally, don't be shy. Get out there and engage people. This is the time to learn how to collect no's with style and panache. If you study the Pebble campaign, they do this really well. 4. Birth of a brand. A company on a crowdfunding site is sort of like a newborn baby. It's a beautiful thing. Part of the beauty is to see the birth of your brand. The essence of your brand is trust. So what you need to do is communicate on multiple levels your credibility and your expertise. This is something the Pebble team pulled off seamlessly. When watching your video and reading your project description or updates, it's important to answer over and over that you can do it, that you will do it, and there is no way in the world that you won't do it. Keep expressing gratitude for the people on your team who have the skills to make it happen. The key is to have your audience empathize with you. 5. Ask nicely and be grateful. It seems obvious, but you'd be surprised how many campaigns never ask for the money. They describe the need, they exhibit the passion, but there's no call to action. Be sure to add language to tell people what actions they can take to help your campaign. When you ask nicely, finally thank every one of your supporters, contributors, and donors at least twice. Not just for the successful campaign, thank them profusely so they'll sign up for the next campaign. Where to find a crowd. A combination of all these 5 factors is what made the launch of the Pebble Watch the most successful Kickstarter launch of all time. Ready to give it a try? Here are 7 sites to check out to find the one that's best for you. Kickstarter.com is the 800-pound gorilla in crowdfunding. Originally designed and built for creative arts, but many technology entrepreneurs now use the site. Some have raised millions of dollars. Check out the Kickstarter campaign for the Coolest Cooler, which had only $50,000 as the original goal. Raised over $10 million, $10,056,281 from 48,141 people at the time I wrote this to underwrite production of a beverage cooler for the beach that has built-in battery-powered rechargeable blender for making margaritas or smoothies, a waterproof Bluetooth speaker, a USB charger, an LED light, wide-rolling tires, and several other cool features. You can learn a lot from this campaign. Indiegogo.com allows you to raise money for absolutely anything using an optional keep what you raise model with higher fees for paying less to use an all-or-nothing funding approach. My favorite Indiegogo success story is Solar Roadways, Inc., a startup company in Sandpoint, Idaho, whose goal is to replace current petroleum-based asphalt roads, parking lots, and driveways with road panels made from recycled materials and incorporating photovoltaic cells that generate renewable energy that may be used by homes and businesses. They raised over $2 million for their project. Fundable.com is another major crowdfunding platform that offers both rewards-based campaigns where backers are able to pledge money to startups in exchange for rewards or pre-orders for the goods that businesses will produce. And equity-based campaigns where accredited investors, those investors with a net worth of at least $1 million, are able to invest in startups in the equity portion of the platform for small businesses. Recently, a startup called TuneGo, which is a new platform to support independent artists in the music industry and building their careers, publishing and distributing their music, getting radio play for their music, raised $774,000 on Fundable. GoFundMe.com is a personal fundraising website that has helped thousands of people raise millions of dollars for causes like school tuition, sports teams, medical bills, volunteer trips, business ideas, special events, and travel expenses. My favorite GoFundMe success story is 13-year-old Chandra Stars. Chandra and her mother were once homeless, but after finding stability, housing, and steady work, Chandra set out to collect million pennies, $10,000, in order to feed the homeless in her community by building vegetable gardens. She surpassed her goal by $4,500. StartSomeGood.com is great for early-stage social good projects that are not yet 501c3 registered nonprofits. Uses the unique tipping point model for fundraising that lets you collect money as you raise it. One of the features at their site is this free 9-part email course called Crowdfunding 101. A nonprofit in Los Angeles is called the Do Good Bus, and they wanted to take their bus on the road with a band, foster the people, and visit 22 cities with the intention of involving young people in working with at-risk youth, music education, gardening, and soup kitchens. 680 contributions ranging from $1 to over $10,000. They raised at $101,781 to fund their trip. Dallas, the Do Good Bus prepared more than 8,500 meals at a food bank. The Austin City Limits Festival, they worked with local do-gooders to raise $12,981 toward purchasing equipment for firefighters battling overwhelming wildfires in Texas. Due to a matching contribution, more than $25,000 went toward the cause. Now, my dad started a crowdfunding project to pay us not to practice. All right, here, thank goodness. This has been like a very laborious reading. Causes.com is designed to help people connect with those who have a common cause and to empower them to take action, including but not limited to raising money, $48 million so far, for registered nonprofits to make the world a better place. The fees are low, and all donors on the site understand that all the contributions will be tax deductible. Crowdrise.com is a site for charities to raise money, with the novelty being that anyone could sign up to volunteer to launch a fundraising campaign for a charity that is already registered on the site. All these sites are making great things happen for real people every day, advancing the arts, entrepreneurship, and philanthropy in myriad ways. Cain's Arcade. When I was researching crowdfunding, I came across an inspirational story that I simply must share. The summer of 2011, 9-year-old Kane Monroy spent the summer building an arcade out of old cardboard boxes and everyday objects in the front of his father's auto parts store. It was more like a warehouse in East Los Angeles. The arcade consisted of all kinds of ingenious games that Kane decided and built himself, including a ticket and prize redemption system using his old toys like Hot Wheels cars as prizes. You have to watch the video Kane's Arcade on YouTube to get the full scope of this boy's monumental and creative accomplishment. The only problem was that because of the store's location and the fact that most of its business was fulfilling orders online, the arcade had no customers until on the last day of summer when Nervin Mullick, a filmmaker, came to the auto parts store to buy a door handle for his car. Intrigued by the arcade, he bought a $2 fun pass and became Kane's first customer. Impressed with the boy's creativity, optimism, and perseverance, Mullick organized a crowd of more than 100 of his friends and followers on Facebook to surprise Kane by all showing up as customers at his arcade. Mullick captured the whole event on film and later released an 11-minute documentary, Kane's Arcade, on Vimeo and YouTube, that immediately went viral with more than 1 million views on the first day. In 2012, Mullick created a crowdfunding scholarship fund for Kane with the initial goal of raising $25,000, but $60,000 was raised on the first day and $170,000 on the first week. So far, Kane's Arcade has had more than 4.4 million views on YouTube and Vimeo. More than 19,000 individual donors. The total fund is now at $239,000. The ultimate goal being $250,000. That's not all. Kane, who is now only 12, has been invited to speak at the USC Marshall School of Business, the Lions International Festival of Creativity in Cannes, France, and recently he spoke at TEDx Teen hosted by Chelsea Clinton. And after he and Mullick spoke in Denver at the 2013 Colorado Innovation Network Summit, Kane was offered a full scholarship to attend Colorado State University. Inspired by Kane, Nervin created the Imagination Foundation, whose mission is to create a world where creativity and entrepreneurship are core social values nurtured in schools, homes, and communities everywhere. All children are taught to be creative thinkers and doers and encouraged to make their very best ideas happen. One of their main projects is the annual Global Cardboard Challenge, where kids of all ages are invited to build anything they can dream up using cardboard, recycled materials, and imagination, and then come together to share what they have created and play on October 11th, the anniversary of the day Mullick surprised Kane with 100 customers at his arcade. In the first 2 years, more than 100,000 kids in 50 countries have participated in the Cardboard Challenge. Learn more about the Cardboard Challenge by visiting successprinciples.com/resources. Okay, that should do it for today's reading. I'm going to have to wipe my brow on that one. Next time, Principle 67 will be connect with people who can expand your vision. Please remember to support the show. Likes, comments, share, subscribes, donations to Venmo Stormer Show. Please follow on TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. We are nearing the end of Success Principles. I hope you've all enjoyed this series. Thank you so much for watching. Have a happy and safe July 4. Sleep tight and have a good night. Stormer Show signing out and signing off.